In the shadow of a dying world, under skies turned gray, a voice rises, from the chaos, from the ruin, from the ashes. This is Sepultura's Arise, released in 1991. Arise is more than just a song, it's a prophecy, a scream of defiance in the face of humanity's collapse. A thrash metal war cry echoing from the heart of Brazil, calling out a world racing toward its own destruction. Here's a detailed, in-depth analysis of the song's meaning. Arise by Sepultura, released in 1991, is a thrash death metal anthem that channels the chaos, despair, and brutal honesty of a world facing destruction. The lyrics reflect themes of war, apocalypse, existential dread, and societal collapse. Here's a detailed, in-depth analysis of the song's meaning. Obscured by the sun, apocalyptic clash, cities fall in ruin. Why must we die? This opening stanza sets a vivid dystopian scene. The sun being obscured may symbolize either nuclear fallout, smoke from destruction, or a metaphorical loss of clarity and hope. An apocalyptic clash implies a final, all-consuming war, while cities fall in ruin paints a stark image of civilization collapsing. The existential question, why must we die, hints at humanity's helplessness and confusion in the face of man-made annihilation. Obliteration of mankind. Under a pale gray sky we shall arise. This is a central motif. The obliteration of mankind continues the annihilation theme. The pale gray sky possibly symbolizes nuclear winter, or a metaphor for spiritual or emotional numbness. We shall arise is both a defiant cry and paradoxical hope, rising from ruins perhaps as survivors, avengers, or in a metaphorical sense of awakening through destruction. I did nothing, saw nothing, terrorist confrontation. Waiting for the end, wartime conspiracy. This verse is more introspective. I did nothing, saw nothing reflects personal helplessness or denial. It could critique bystander apathy or a desensitized society. Terrorist confrontation and wartime conspiracy suggest political critique, possibly addressing how conflicts are manipulated, hidden, or justified by those in power. I see the world. Old I see the world, dead. This is a powerful, minimalistic line that delivers a somber view of humanity's state. Old suggests decay, outdated systems, and a civilization that has exhausted its potential. Dead follows as the natural conclusion, implying that society is spiritually or literally lifeless. Victims of war, seeking some salvation, last wish, fatality. I've no land, I'm from nowhere. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. These lines express the human toll of war. The victims of war are left with only some salvation, a faint hope. Last wish, fatality speaks to the final moments of those caught in conflict. I've no land, I'm from nowhere expresses the loss of identity and belonging caused by displacement or trauma. The biblical line, ashes to ashes, dust to dust drives home the inevitability of death and return to the earth. Face the enemy. Manic thoughts, religious intervention problems remain. The final lines reinforce the confrontation theme. Face the enemy may refer to external threats or internal demons. Manic thoughts points to psychological fallout. Religious intervention critiques the role of religion, perhaps highlighting its failure to solve real-world problems or its use as a tool for control. Problems remain as a chilling conclusion, implying that despite death, war, and supposed spiritual guidance, nothing is truly resolved. Overall interpretation. Arise is a bleak yet defiant commentary on humanity's tendency towards self-destruction. Sepultura mixes political critique, existential dread, and post-apocalyptic imagery to warn of a world spiraling into chaos. The refrain, "We shall arise," carries a dual meaning, one of survival and rebirth, and one of judgment or vengeance rising from the ruins.